There's just a more abrupt nature to the introduction of the next sentence because of it. As for the words, and being found in appearance as a man, they are speaking of the fashion of Christ rather than his form. In other words, the previous verse spoke of his, do you remember the word I used? The form. It was, just think of a butterfly. Morphe. Remember that? Morphe, or actually morphe. It spoke of his morphe, his form of a bondservant. This verse now speaks of his schema, meaning a fashion of appearance. The schema. There's a difference between the two. The schema is that which is outward and visible. It is used of Jesus' earthly body, Christ incarnated into a genuine physical body, which was not an exact match with typical humanity because his body was never touched or tainted by sin, even original sin. That's Helps Word Studies. Schema. S-C-H-E-M-A. Schema. Yes. Okay. So his body was never tainted or touched by original sin, or by sin, even original sin. That's Helps Word Studies. So now it may be pronounced a little differently in the Greek. They may say schema or something. I mean, I don't know. But S-C-H-E-M-A. Schema. All right. This fashion of body was one specifically referred to 700 years earlier in Isaiah 53, verse 2. And there he says these words concerning Christ. Let's see, Isaiah, and then 53. This is you have the form and you have the fashion. And in Isaiah 53, verse 2, the fashion was given in advance. For he shall grow up before him as a tender plant and as a root out of dry ground. Here it is. He has no form or comeliness. And when we see him, there is no beauty that we should desire him. Okay, so he didn't come as a Arnold Schwarzenegger type. He didn't come as who's somebody that's handsome. Robert Redford, was he handsome? I don't know. I mean, Tom Selleck. Mom says Tom Selleck is handsome, and he's a Christian too, so we'll go with it. Mom liked Tom Selleck apparently, so he didn't come as a Tom Selleck. Okay, that wasn't his thing. He came in with no form or comeliness about him. Okay, so the humanity of Jesus was not one of marvelous physical looks. He was not an impressive figure in size or in musculature. He was not formed with great height or especially broad shoulders. He was just a common-looking person that when passed by on the street would draw nobody's attention to him.